What's up, everybody? This is Minnie here today with another replay review, and today we're watching No Name 69 in his daring take on the map north. First off, before we get into it, let's see. So it's a mix of tier 8 through 10, which does give daring a nice advantage, 4 DDs, 2 cruisers, 5 battleships, and a CV per team. So let's get this show on the road, see what happens. Okay, with him starting off on the A flank here, expectation is he's gonna look towards A. He's got to be careful of the Halland and the Neustrashimi especially. He will be able to outgun, obviously, the America and the Kagero, but if I'm him, I'm watching out for that Halland and Neustrashimi, especially the Neustrashimi with that vampire heal, which can really change the fight. So we'll get in. For those of you that don't remember, of course, daring is the tier 10 British DD, and let's get the show. So, I like the angle set up, early angle looking in towards the cap. This is going to give him his shells available to the right, but it also gives him an island to duck behind if needed, especially when you're facing 2 radars on their team and a Petro and a Buffalo, which are going to have long. You're not expecting, as I look at this, to see a cruiser over here at A, because, just to increase the map so we can talk about it, based off spawn, you're expecting 2 battleships and the CV, possibly, though the CV, based off of where this is over here, so that means he's just watching out for radar, but he's got max of 1 cruiser coming over, and I doubt we're going to see that at first. So he's going to try to duck in here, I believe, to the right side of the cap, but we'll see what he chooses. Here comes the turn, he's angling out. So, he's seen the Petro and the Halland. He starts the hydroacoustic search early because it's 3.5 minutes. And that's not a bad use of the hydro. The hydro obviously is a 3-kilometer detection of torps and ships. And so as you're looking to do a cap, it's not a bad idea. You've seen the Petro's the one in the middle now. So automatically I'm thinking I can challenge the cap as long as I don't take torps, because I know that the Buffalo is going to be over at C, and there's the Buffalo that shows up right there, so he just needs to be careful about DDs. Lennon and Montana over here, excellent use of the appropriate entrance to a cap, aka the backup. Looks like he's going back and forth just a little bit. There's the quick launch of torps out. We'll go back down to normal time. So he launched them, and now he's backing up into the cap. This will allow him to make the quick escape if he runs into a Halland or Neustrashimi that he needs to run from quickly. And their Buffalo's already off the field, so this is a huge start. Your Kagero is died early on trying to leave C, though he did have the right setup, but the fact that the Buffalo's gone, that means that you've got just the 12-kilometer Petro radar to deal with. Other than that, you're safe. Continue to watch, just sitting, taking the cap, waiting to see if a DD shows up. Holland's in the middle, Merker's on the far side, Neustrashimi's at C. That means you're looking for a Kagero, which is going to have a low detect, which will be troublesome. Torps look not terrible. Continuing to back up. And there we go. There's the stop and the start to just sit there. Just a bit into the cap, enough that he has room to move forward if he needs to without leaving the cap, which is what you want to do. And then we're just waiting to see if the first rack of torps hits. Nope, not at the range. So, here is where the daring turns into a gunboat. Smoke turns up, turns on, and now the shells start coming out on the Lenin. He's got the cap, and he's going to start trying to burn him down. Constant checking if he's got good, not bad. And that Lennon's going to be a hurt.
Requesting fire on a designated target.
There's the fire. Moving forward. Smoke's going to end soon, but you've gotten a good amount of damage. Though I will say the constant shift tapping is giving me a little bit of a headache. I don't know how you deal with that. There's another fire, good. Oh my gosh, man. Okay, so at this point in the game, we're about 5 minutes into the game, 4 minutes and change into the game. You are down a ship, you just lost your Friesland, and without having the mods on the sides, you're not able to see what's happened to them. You see that there's a Halland coming near. You still haven't seen their Kagero. At this point, there's only 2 options with their Kagero. Option 1 is their Kagero is playing a long flank, either on this side or far more likely down the 1 line trying to get the hack, or he's AFK, because there's a really... The fact that you haven't seen him or Torps would be very concerning to me. Detected by the plane, dropping the Torps, conga lining them, because you see he's doing a backup. So I like the split set there. I do like people that split set, because I see a lot of people drop conga lines and then the ship dodges and nothing, where by dropping a set of conga line Torps and the wider fire, it'll give you a better chance at hitting. I like that choice. Still got the fire going on the Lenin, which is nice. Halland is down to about 2/3 health, maybe half health. Here comes the second smoke, and then you're going to pop up on the Lenin again, keep burning down. And he's almost gone. You're going to kill him right here probably, aren't you? If you get the correct pens, you will. 5 non-pens, and the Slava finishes it. Okay, so now, of course, you're going to turn to the Montana, which is going to be your next target. And there's the Kagero spotted. So, Kagero being spotted is big. That means now that Non knows that he's got a 2 DDs over here, so you got to be careful. Because you got a Halland coming to the cap, and you got a Kagero sitting on the flank. Especially with the use of the smoke just happened. Sure, you've got about 30 seconds once the smoke dies until you have it up again, but you do have to be very careful with that combination. There's the fire on the Montana. That's nice. And plane detected. Good, you got your A going. Is the Immelman trying to... No, he's going for the bomber. And what I would be doing right here, honestly, I'd just be locking in behind the Pommern. I wouldn't try... I'd just sit right behind the Pommern here. First thought.
Torpedoes to port.
Yep, sits right behind the Pommern. Use the dead ship to your advantage. Don't take any torps. You know, the Holland's used his torps now, and since they didn't hit anything, he hasn't gone a cleanup on them. Meanwhile, game state's in a bit of an awkward spot. You've lost 2 DDs, your Kagero and Friesen, which we already know, but now Pommern and Vladi has gone down, and they've only lost the Lenin that's been killed in that time. So this is an awkward spot for your team to be in. There goes the Montana, which does help, but at this point, I would be... You have 2 plays that can be made here as we look at this. Either you can stay at A because you have a Kagero and a Halland there, or you can look towards B to assist the others. I would probably stay at A because of the fact that our hack is still back there, and since I'm a full health daring, I can take the fight on the Halland that's been hurt, and I can take the fight on the Kagero, so I would stay here rather than going to B and getting another one, because it looks like the Ibuki's going to get through the island gap and take B anyway. So yeah, goal here is just to stay undetected by the fighter of the Immelman, and to wait for that Halland to show up. I like the use of 1 set. There's a second set. So, usage there. I'm hesitant on the use of both. You know something's in the cap. Using 1 on that line blocks if it tries to come around, but I don't like being down all of my torpedoes when I'm possibly going to engage DDs. And I do agree with the turn back in here. So you're slowly drifting forward, you're full turning. Right now, you can't push into the cap because of the fighter. You gotta wait for the fighter or be willing to do something about it. So you use that to make sure you don't get torped, especially because you know you got the Halland hard torps. And now you're gonna pop in. You're gonna have to burn down that fighter soon or be willing to use another smoke. Either of which isn't a bad case, but we'll see. Okay, so there's the Kagero. So now you've got to kill the Kagero. That's the immediate goal. Oh, but there's the Halland. So this is an awkward spot to be in. Kagero's there. Holland's the bigger threat. I would be immediately turning my guns to the Halland. Yeah, there we go. So you spot the Halland, and you turn the guns. Early smoke. I probably would have waited just a hair to smoke because I haven't used any heals yet. And this is, again, another chance where if you'd hold a torp set, you would have had a chance to torp one of those 2 right now. But you're in the smoke, so now you have no spawning on them, but you do have the advantage of 3 minutes of hydro. And there's the one. You spot the Halland up again. Shots are opening up. AP choice on that target's not bad. A little bit short on the first salvo. 3,000. Nice. Drifting out of room. And then I'd be switching back to HEP and turning to look at that Kagero. Yep, there we go. Immelman tries to drop you. No dice. I would not be turning out here, actually. I would argue this is the point to engage. You got 39 seconds until your smoke's back up. You can see the Kagero getting the damage right now. Yeah. Okay, good. You're turning it back in. Also, I love using AP on DDs to an extent, but at that range, I'd rather be firing HE and trying to knock out modules in cap stuff on the Kagero than using the AP. And there, especially now that he's turned in. Yep, there's the quick switch to HE. Good, good, good. Okay, let's look at game states. So you guys have gotten that Montana off we knew about, but you guys are down 240 odd points, and you're down 2 caps. Well, they've got a cap, and the other caps are being split. The Ibuki is going to take it, though he's got a Petra coming in. Slava, of course, is a battleship, always wants intelligence data. So you're at 8 seconds. Here come the Torps again. I'd use 1 and hold 1 here. See, and my reasoning for that is the fact that the odds that the Halland is going to be on there are slim. And your Torps, as we look at your Torps do 17k. So even if we say conservatively, okay, you know, probably 9k, 10k on a DD, that's still going to really hammer Halland if he takes 1. The odds he's going to take 2 are slim. And if you hold 1, you have a set as an emergency if you need it instead of waiting 2 minutes. Also, if I was going to torp, I would have torped the smoke cloud first. Honestly, I wouldn't have torped towards the Halland. I would have double torped the smoke cloud to send out a spread, like 1 over here, 1 over here to get that. You see the torps coming from the Halland. You know the Holland's already drifted. Because with the Holland's speed maneuverability, I think you have a better shot at getting a torp on the Kagero successfully. Okay, your Iowa goes down. You're down 2 ships, but this game can still be won. You're peeking into the cap like you should. And you're at 20,000 health, so you're still in a very good spot to win. This is a time where I would probably back into the cap, or actually, what I would do here, and you're not making the wrong plays, I would have pushed the Kagero, because you're gonna have to isolate the fights. Like, you're not gonna be able, you should not be able to take A, I say before we watch this fight, with a Halland and Kagero there. So I had isolate the fights. Snag the Kagero you know's in that smoke most likely, and get him off the field, and then you can take the one-on-one versus the Halland. Because you can easily snag that Kagero, especially with the fact you got 1:20 left on your Hydro. You're going to be spotted by Immelman, but there's not much you can do about that. Actually, he's going to take the wrong angle, so you're good. And now you're down 3 to 7. Wait, where did we lose another ship? What did we lose there? Oh, the Ibuki died in B. Yeah, this is going to be a hard one to pull off. There's the Kagero. Good. Get the shots on the Kagero. You need to kill him. You need to kill him. You need to kill him. We'll speed it back up. Yep, there we go. Good chunks. Good dodge. Keep hitting that Kagero. You need to finish him off, or somebody does. Good. Slava gets him. Okay, so you're going to take a set of Immelman Torps here. You're going to take 1. Yeah, but, I mean, it's 4,000 damage. You're still good. You pop the smoke to stay dark and make sure that the Halland can't engage you. And then you've got to use that smoke to move. Yeah, because if you stay there, the Holland's just going to torp. I would not be staying there. I'd be worrying the Holland's going to be torping me. With 30 seconds, sure, you have 3 kilometers, but using an island does lock you down on where you can go. Meanwhile, you guys lose in 3 minutes, but this can be won. Need a little bit further forward aim. Yep, there we go. Good adjustment. There's the cap, so that starts the comeback for your team. And your smoke's over, so you're going to stop shooting and go dark and look for that Halland. Get the guns turned the right way to deal with the Halland. You've seen Iowa coming in. Okay, so your minnow went down, so it's now 4 to 8. Yeah, pulling this one back is going to be hard, but it's doable. Okay, you see the Halland, so at this point you're looking for shots on an Iowa or an Immelman. I do like the double torp run there. And then at this point, you just gotta push a ship and get it down, because you guys are getting penned into the corner. Good use of the smoke. Briefly detected, but yeah, burn down the Conqueror is the right play here. I would argue you might take shots on the... There's an argument to be made for taking shots on the Iowa, but I agree with the Conqueror because it's the bigger threat right now to your Slava and Conqueror. Aiming a little far back. There's the Torps, good dodge. Keep firing on that, and there we go. Yeah, there we go. Now you found the angle. Oh, and you flooded the Iowa. That's big. Oh, 3 hits. Nicely done on that Iowa. That Iowa's just about dead. And are you going to... Oh, beautiful dodge. Nice little shimmy. This point, go for the Halland. That's your best chance. You got a minute 19 left. Yeah, full bore on the Halland. He's going to look towards you anyway. I would not be firing AP on the Halland. Especially not that angle. Good change. Watching the Torps coming in. Do take one. Heal, heal, heal. Good, good, good. Slam the brakes. And there's the in-caps happening. There's the in-caps that we want happening. So just keep going. That gives you a little bit of time because your Slav gets the Petro. So you get the Halland now. Ooh. Damage numbers are climbing quick. That should be dead. There we go. So you cleaned up the DD.
Enemy destroyer found. Smoke generator started.
And now you smoke up. Now you can see another DD there. Do you have... This is a hard call to make. Do you shoot at the Lepanto or the Metokur? Because the Metokur is way lower. The Lepanto is closer. Trying to hit a DD at that range can be difficult. I'd say I would agree with your shots here on the Lepanto. I'd love to kill a Metokur, but it's hard. Slav gets the Conqueror. That does drop back a bit. Get a bit more damage on that Conqueror, you can. Let's see. Good torque drop, good torque drop, good torque drop. Fire on the Lepanto is big. Especially if the hack could get that Lepanto out. Oh, you're gonna take one here. Oh no, nice. Oh, nicely done on the dodge. There's the Confederate, nicely done. Your hack's gone, that's game, unfortunately. And quick turn dodge here. Just keep firing. Oh, that's the painful ones where it's like, I don't think I was going to take it, but you do. Damage to the climbing. Slava goes down, and all in all, not your fault. I mean, you did an admirable job. My thoughts. So, thoughts. You did an admirable job trying to hold it, but there's not much you can do when your team's just dying at C. You did the right thing. You stayed at A. Good job. I mean, my thoughts, I would have said charge the Kagero, get him out of the game, because I would have thought that Halland was going to stick around there. Obviously, he didn't. But if you charge the Kagero, get him out of the game, that puts you in a position to quick torp the Conqueror, and since the Conqueror will have trouble dealing with that, that'll put you in a stronger position. Some of the times I thought the double torping, I would have held a set of torps, but, I mean, that's just personal preference. Really nicely played, really well defended A-cap. Just a shame that your team wasn't able to support you enough to win because you had a heck of a game. Nicely done. As a reminder, viewers, don't forget to check out the other replay reviews we have, as well as make sure to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. As always, this is Minnie, signing off.